There comes a moment in life when hesitation must die, when comfort zones must be incinerated, and when every bridge to your past must be turned to ash. Because if you keep giving yourself a way back, you'll never find the strength to go all in. Burn the bridges behind you doesn't mean destroying your past. It means making a vow to never retreat into it. It means betting entirely on yourself and leaving no backup plan for failure. It's about choosing the path forward so fiercely that failure is not even an option, because there's nothing left to return to. This mindset is not for the faint of heart. It's not for those seeking safety or stability. It's for the warriors who'd rather risk everything for a shot at greatness than live a life of quiet regret. When you burn the bridges behind you, you ignite a fire inside you that won't stop burning. You force yourself to grow, to fight, and to win. There is power in deciding that the only direction is forward, through the fire, through the doubt, and into your destiny. Most people live with one foot in and one foot out. They dip their toes in dreams, but keep their safety nets intact. They talk about change, about greatness, about breaking free, but when it gets uncomfortable, they run back to the familiar. Burning your bridges isn't about being reckless. It's about being resolute. It's saying to yourself, I will succeed or die trying, but I will not go back to the version of me that settled. Because when you know there's no escape route, you dig deeper. You endure more. You become more. The pain, the uncertainty, the uphill battles, they all sharpen you. They teach you things comfort never will. When you burn the bridges, you awaken the beast within you, the part of you that refuses to quit, the part that demands you rise when everything tells you to stay down. That version of you doesn't play it safe. That version of you doesn't apologize for ambition. That version of you knows the only way to win is to fight like hell with your back against the wall and no way out. When the bridges are gone, you stop entertaining excuses. You stop justifying mediocrity. You stop accepting less than you deserve. You stop procrastinating, overthinking, and sabotaging your own rise. Because you have no choice but to succeed. And when success becomes your only option, you become dangerous. You move different. You think different. You stop asking for permission and start claiming what's yours. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start building your own. People will call you crazy. They'll say you're too intense, too obsessed, too extreme. But let them talk. Let them stay comfortable while you chase greatness. Let them cling to their safety nets while you jump with nothing but faith in your wings. Because in the end, they'll still be standing at the edge, watching while you're flying. The decision to burn your bridges is the decision to bet on yourself like no one else ever has. It's the decision to go to war for your future with a fire in your soul and no intention of ever turning back. The bridges behind you were never meant to last forever. They were meant to bring you to this moment, to the edge of possibility, to the beginning of something greater. But now, they've served their purpose. Clinging to them is clinging to the past, to the person you've outgrown, to the life you no longer want. There's nothing for you back there, nothing but regret, limitation, and what ifs. So light the match, watch the old ways burn. Watch the fear go up in smoke. Let the flames consume every excuse, every doubt, every lie you told yourself about not being ready. You are ready. You've always been ready. You just needed a reason to stop running back. And this is it. This is your moment to rise from the ashes of your comfort and become something unshakable, something legendary. The path forward is lit by the fire of everything you left behind. Keep walking, keep pushing, keep becoming, because now that the bridges are gone, there is only one way left to win. Some will ask, what if I fail? And the answer is simple. So what? Fail forward, fall hard, get up stronger. Because failure on the path to greatness is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. The real failure is staying stuck. The real failure is going back to what no longer serves you. When you burn your bridges, you silence that option. You silence the noise that says, take it easy. You silence the whispers that say, maybe this is too hard. Greatness was never built in comfort. Greatness was never achieved by the cautious. It belongs to the bold, the brave, the relentless. The ones who stare into the abyss and jump anyway. The ones who light the match with trembling hands, but unwavering hearts. And the beautiful thing, once those bridges are gone, your courage begins to grow. Your vision sharpens. Your conviction deepens. You stop wondering if you can and start proving that you will. Your mission becomes sacred. Your drive becomes unstoppable. Because now, there's no plan B. There's only purpose. And purpose will carry you further than fear ever could. Think about the greatest chapters in your life. They didn't begin in comfort. They began in fire, in moments of pressure, uncertainty, and urgency. That's what burning the bridges gives you, urgency. It eliminates the illusion that you have forever to act. It gives your dreams a deadline. It gives your goals teeth. You stop saying someday and start saying, and in that shift, everything changes. You begin showing up with intensity. You begin making moves with power. You begin speaking, walking, and working like someone who knows that time is precious and purpose is non-negotiable. The more you try to keep your options open, the more you dilute your energy. But when you commit fully, when you declare that there is no turning back, you unlock a different version of yourself. A version who is clear, focused, and all in. That's when the magic happens. That's when results appear. That's when you stop surviving and start dominating. That's what happens when the bridges are gone. You stop hoping for change and become the storm that brings it. People love to talk about having a backup plan. They think it's smart. They think it's safe. But too often, the backup plan becomes the escape route. It becomes the excuse. It becomes the reason they don't give 100%. When your mind knows there's a soft landing, it won't leap with full force. But when there's only concrete behind you and the sky ahead, you leap with everything you've got. That's what burning the bridges does. It forces you to become resourceful. It forces you to find a way. It forces you to grow into someone who doesn't need a plan B, because plan A will succeed, no matter what. And that kind of commitment moves mountains. That kind of fire attracts opportunities, allies, and victories that playing it safe never will. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's risky, but it's also liberating. Because when you make the decision to fully commit, you stop being a victim of your fears and start becoming the master of your fate. You stop drifting and start driving. The truth is, there's a version of you waiting on the other side of those ashes. A version of you that's fierce, unstoppable, untouchable. But you'll never meet that version if you keep turning back. You'll never meet them if you keep clinging to comfort, to familiarity, to safety. You have to let go. You have to choose growth over familiarity, fire over fear, progress over perfection. This is your moment, your turning point, your line in the sand. Burn the bridges not because you hate the past, but because you love your future too much to settle for less. Burn the bridges because your dreams deserve a version of you that's willing to risk it all. Because your legacy deserves more than caution. It deserves courage. It deserves your fight. The only way to discover what you're truly made of is to put yourself in a place where there's no way out but through, where there's no escape but evolution, where the only option is to rise. This is the way. This is the fire. This is your time. You were not born to play small. You were not built for mediocrity. There is fire in your bones, thunder in your chest, and power in your soul that will only awaken when the bridges are gone and there's no way back. You are stronger than your fear, greater than your doubt, and more powerful than the limits the world tried to put on you. But you'll never know that unless you burn the safety nets. You'll never know that unless you walk away from everything that tells you to shrink. Burn the bridges so that the only thing you can do is grow. Burn them so you can finally become who you were born to be. People will wonder how you did it. They'll marvel at your rise. But you'll know the truth. You'll know it wasn't luck, talent, or timing. It was the decision to go all in. The decision to never go back. The decision to burn the bridges and build a future worth bleeding for. So light the match, watch it burn, and never look back.